share what God has done for them. I remember growing up in church and hearing people testify as a little kid, and you wonder what they're talking about. But as you start to grow in life, you start to hear how God's been blessing people, and those testimonies tend to stick with you. I know someone, and I was maybe a teenager, wasn't even teenager, maybe 10, 11 years old. The lady testified how the doctor told her she had X number much time left and all this, that, and the third. 30 plus years later, the lady was still living. So her testimony was, the doctor said this, but I'm trusting God to do this. And I remember going to a funeral not too many years ago, a couple of years ago, and it came to me as I looked at her shaking my head that I remember being a little boy when the woman gave her testimony. Her testimony stuck with me over 30 years. I want you to understand the power of a testimony.
That's right.
So when you have a testimony, you are telling people not what you have heard, but what you know for yourself. You're telling people what you've personally seen with your own eyes and experienced for your own self. Ask your neighbor, do you have a testimony?
Do you have a testimony?
Now,
Jesus.
everybody can tell you something, but only a person with a testimony is someone that's gone through something. Before you can have a testimony, there must first be a test.
That's right.
So you have to go through some things in your life, particularly in your walk with the Lord, in order for you to get to a place of having a testimony. So many times people want to have a testimony. Oh, I want a great testimony like such and such. Well, you have to understand you got to go through some tests
that's right.
to get your testimony.
Amen.
That's why you got to know that you got to be careful what you wish for. I heard people tell me, Bishop, I want the same faith that Job had. Be careful what you wish for.
Amen.
Because you got to go through some Job, y'all ain't helping me Job stuff. I want to be like Jesus. Be careful what you wish for.
Amen.
You're going to have to go through some Jesus experiences. So a testimony that has some power to it comes from an individual that has gone through some stuff. Ask your neighbor, have you gone through anything?
Have you gone through anything?
What they tell you? Well, they must have been through nothing. Find you another neighbor. Say, neighbor, have you gone through something? Keep on asking till you find that neighbor.
Thank you, Lord.
That has been through some hell in their lives. Keep looking till you find that neighbor. And know what it's like to eat beanie weenies and oil.
Amen. Amen.
While they waiting for the check to get there. Find you a neighbor that know what it's like to go up to the car, to the gas pump, and you put some change on the
Jesus.
and try to hurry up and pay for somebody that
come on, Bishop.
Helping me.
That's right.
Put $2 or $3 worth of change on the ashtray on the counter. Hurry up before you can pull off on somebody to get there.
That's right. That's right.
Pump $2.14 worth of gas. You can round it off on $3. Look at somebody. Neighbor. You have a testimony.
Thank you.
I want some people that have a real testimony. That know what it's like to put a little bit on a light bill.
Come on, Bishop.
Y'all ain't helping me. Where the folks said that light bill $200 and I can put part of it on it.
Come on, Bishop.
Get an extension for the rest.
That's right. That's right.
Where the people that had to go to the grocery store and had to pull out your calculator and decide what get to stay in the basket and what got to get put on it. And I ain't put it on the right shelf. I'm just going to set it somewhere. Y'all ain't helping me.
Come on.
Well, the people that didn't know that I've gone through some things in my life, but now God is starting to bless me.
That's right.
Bring me out, so now I got a testimony.
Yes, Lord.
I got to let somebody know.
Yay.
God has been good to me.
Yes, He has.
If you find a neighbor, say neighbor.
Neighbor.
God been good to me.
God been good to me.
See me now. Tell them I'm looking good now. I'm blessed now. But you don't know what I had to
That's
go
right.
through to get there.
Amen. Lord,
You
have
don't
mercy.
know how much I had to roll up.
That's right. Jesus.
Y'all ain't helping me.
Come on.
One of the best things they ever invented was that green corn
Corn star.
Put it in there and shake
That's right.
it. And just the thing and try to pick up a few items. But even though you went through that, tell your neighbor, I'm still here.
I'm still here.
Still made a way.
Yes, He
God
did.
still provided. God still opened the door. We got folks in here that is driving cars that used to be like this. Y'all ain't helping me.
Come on.
Look how good God been to you. Tell your neighbor, that's why I got to praise Him.
Yay. Thank you, Lord.
Give me a few minutes here. And I'll test Him. We're seeing Peter is in jail. Peter is in a bad situation for two reasons. One, it's a bad situation because he's in jail. Nobody want to go to jail. Anybody want to volunteer to go to jail? That's what I thought. The second reason the situation was bad is because of the reason why Peter was in jail. It's bad enough for Peter to go to jail had he broken the law. But he has got to go to jail because he's standing up for Jesus Christ. He's having to go to jail because he's serving Jesus Christ. He's in jail because he's making a stand for Jesus Christ. You have to know, saints of God, that when you make a stand to serve the Lord, you're going to go through some different situations.
That's right.
Some tribulations. One of the reasons some folks don't stay with the Lord is because they got to go through something. I never understood that for the life of me. God can bring us out of the life of sin. God can bring us out of darkness and translate us into the light of His dear Son. He can change our lives, fix us up. But as soon as things don't go our way, we're ready to run back to the same sin. I don't understand why people do that, but the same people will tell you how saved and sanctified they are. You ain't that saved, honey. If you'll leave the Lord that quick.
That's right. Amen.